so much for coming. Great to have you. You know, the conference has been wonderful throughout, but I have to say the committee has saved the best for last. We have some illustrious Rotarians and Rotaractors from around the world, world-renowned speakers, and people with such great knowledge about Rotary and passion for Rotary and the Rotary Foundation. I'm going to introduce our keynote speaker, and I'm waiting for him to come online. I'm sure he'll come in just a minute. He was to be here for throughout the session. Unfortunately, he has a conflict that just came up, and he will not be able to stay with us throughout the whole conference or throughout the whole session, but we are happy to have him. He's a dear friend and has been a dear friend for many years. So let me tell you a little bit about him. Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world." Our keynote speaker today is a dreamer and an extraordinary visionary. Rotary International President-elect Shekhar Mehta joined Rotary in 1984 and has served Rotary as director, member, or chair of many Rotary committees, zone coordinator, training leader, member of the Rotary Foundation cadre of technical advisors, and district governor. He is also chair of the Rotary Foundation India. Rotary International President-elect Shekhar Mehta has been actively involved in disaster response and is a trustee of Shelterbox United Kingdom. And after the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, he helped build nearly 500 homes for families affected by the disaster. Shekhar pioneered a program that has performed more than 1,500 life-changing heart surgeries in South Asia. And I think that number has probably gone up since this bio was written. He's also the architect of the TEACH program, which promotes literacy throughout India and has reached thousands of schools. And I must say, the Centennial Celebration Summit in India this past February was Shekhar's brainchild, with well over 4,000 people. I believe it's probably the largest of its kind outside the RI convention. Outstanding event. He's an accountant, chair of the Skyland Group, a real estate development company he founded. He also is a director of Operation Eyesight Universal India, a Canadian-based organization. He and his wife, Rashi, are major donors and members of the Bequest Society. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give a warm welcome to Rotary International President-elect Shekhar Mehta. Shekhar.
Hi, everyone. So it's good to see an American lady introduce me in India. That's because she knows me better than most of you do. Glad to be here, Nancy. Thank you so much for inviting me here. And I find another of my very dear friend here, and that's Ann Matthews.
Thank you.
So Ann and I are like childhood friends in Rotary, you know. We were governors together. We sat on the same class always because she is Matthews, I am Mehta. So by surname, we always sat next to each other. She always in her striking red dress. Today, I find her in pink instead. So we were governors together. Thereafter, we were training leaders together. And training leaders become strong friends. And then we were directors together.
Right.
Wonderful to have you here, Anne.
Thank you.
And Nancy and I have done so many programs together. Those heart surgeries, lots of them, hundreds of them are with Nancy. The eye surgeries with Nancy. Anne has been to Calcutta. Nancy has always, she comes here every year. Anne also has been, she's been to my home. So what a pleasure it is to see both of you. And good to see you, Alok. One of the dashing governors that we have in India. Outstanding one, let me tell you. He's going to make a lot of difference.
Thank you.
And all you Rotaractors. Very happy to see you. Hi, Nishchal. I see you also here. Good to see you. And I see so many Rotaractors, not just from India, but I find people from Africa definitely and other places also. So a very good day to all of you. It's a privilege for me to be here. And the Rotaractors, it's always a pleasure. So one of my earliest, just after I was the district governor, the first assignment I had at the district level was to be the DRCC, District Rotaract Committee Chair. And that's one of the jobs I thoroughly enjoyed. I myself was just 31 years old at that time. Good enough to be a Rotaractor today. No, sorry. When I was the governor, I was 40. Sorry, not 30. That's when I was president of my so it was absolutely great working with the youth. And I always like speaking to the young people. You guys are our future, absolutely, for every country. You are the trustees of our posterity. You are the trustees of our prosperity. So a lot depends on you, and it's absolutely a privilege to come and speak to you. Although I do not know who is organizing this event, who is hosting this event, but that's not important. I am here because Nancy invited me. So let me talk to you in general about how I see the future of Rotaract and Rotary. I think one of the major decisions that has been taken over the last couple of years in Rotary, and one of the epoch-making, most significant, is the elevation of Rotaract. You are no more a program of Rotary, you are now a membership of Rotary. So even as it may not dawn upon you what this really means, also not that we ourselves can fathom what it's going to mean in the future, but I can assure you this is a big, big, giant step actually. The effects of which are going to they'll keep unfolding. Over the years, the process has already started. Look forward to it. We now look at Rotaractors as our partners, not a partners in service only, but as a partner in membership. And there are not too many Rotarians here, but I'd like to tell the Rotarians nowadays that let's stop thinking. There used to be a time when we thought the Rotaractors were our hands and legs on the ground. No, now I think you are our minds. Sharp as you guys are, young, tech savvy, full of bright ideas, there is no reason for us to think as if you are the junior ones and the Rotarians are the senior ones. So, yes, and I absolutely mean it. I say this everywhere, and it's a mind change. Good that I keep saying this. I myself have to change my mind. Similarly, every Rotarian, we have been fed on this, that, okay, so when you go to a meeting, okay, just see that the banner is put up straight. In Rotaractors, you ensure that the banner is straight. See that the room is all right. But the thinking part, as if only the Rotarians could have done. But that's now changing. It is changing in any case, and with this legislation, it is changing totally. We treat you as at par. And I would say, if you genuinely ask me, a shade better than us. If I could rewind, I would like to be a Rotaractor today rather than Rotarian. But in future, I would definitely want to be a Rotarian. And that's what each of you should want to do. Because, you know, otherwise, at times, Rotaract can be self-limiting. Any organization which has an upper limit of age, I find can be self-limiting. I mean, just when you came of age, when you blossomed fully, you were really smart, you wanted to do 100 things, suddenly you are told, sorry, enough, no more space for you here. Fortunately, that has been removed. But again, don't have 50, 60 years as the age limit in your Rotaract clubs. Rotaract is a youth organization. Keep it youthful. Have young people there. So decide on the age limit that you're going to have. I'm not saying what it will be. You need to decide what it will be. But definitely thereafter, ensure that these people become Rotarians. And I tell you, Nancy, and they make outstanding Rotarians in India, I am aware. I'm sure they do everywhere, but in India, I've seen, I was just in District 3060, Gujarat. I don't know if one of you is from there, must be. So I was in 3060, and I met, suddenly I was talking to some people, and they were all past governors, and I realized that 5 of them were ex-Rotaractors and 4 of them ex-DRRs. So I said, hold on, I want to take a picture of yours. And suddenly I saw 3 more joining them. Suddenly they said, out of the last 10 years, 8 governors were ex-Rotaractors and 7 were ex-DRRs. I took that picture, I tweeted it, I posted it on the Facebook. I felt so proud that this is what we need, a continuity in your journey of excellence, in your journey of development, in your journey of serving other people. And it metamorphosizes. Today, your focus, I feel, should be on leadership and professional development. When you blossom out yourself as a human being, add that touch of service to it, and you'll become even a better human being. And when you become a Rotarian, you'll suddenly find, I would say, you are moving from a river to a sea. Now, not because of intellect, but because of the sheer numbers and the horizon of the age, as well as the horizon of the work that the Rotarians do. It'll probably take you 8-10 years. It took us 115 years to reach where we are. You will not be able to reach that, maybe not 115 years, but you'll reach it much earlier. But do have the focus that from Rotaract, we want to transition to Rotary. And I don't say for increasing membership. No, that's not the idea. I say it because you will hugely benefit. I have seen Rotaract from close quarters. I may not have been a Rotaractor, but I've seen Rotary from close quarters, and I see the power of this organization. Amazing networking. I mean, networking, very few organizations have a networking like this. So, and remember this, the power that you have, and the Rotaractors, especially in this part of the world, you have huge power if you are knit well. So, I'll give you an example. There was this lord from UK, Lord Lumba. He wanted a program to be developed in India where he wanted to support 30,000 widows to be helped in skill development. But for Rotary, very few other organizations would have been able to get it done for him. We said, okay, we'll do it for you. And he agreed in 2 minutes that yes, we are excellent partners, because for us, a pilot can be done across India. All of India, the pilot can be. For others, other NGOs, etc., with all due respect to them, their pilots have to be limited within certain areas. Very few organizations have the network that they have. So remember, Rotaract also has huge network. I'm told 50% of the Rotaractors in the world are in India. More than 25% of the clubs, Rotaract clubs, are in India. So you have a huge benefit. Leverage that benefit. You have an MDIO also, which is a good thing that you have, so that all of you can be bound together at a national level or even a region level, which is so very good. And remember, this is your own power that you need to understand. So you are able to negotiate and get other partnerships. With other partnerships, you can do so many things more. But for Bill and Melinda Gates, we would not have been able to be so successful in our race against polio. We would not have been able to be here had we not partnered with various governments, had we not partnered with WHO, had we thought, no, we are the only people who will be able to do. So for you also, I would say that's the first thing. One big advantage of networking is this huge partnership advantage that we have. Next, use it to the core, develop your leadership. I remember when I joined Rotary, if somebody asked me to speak like this, I didn't have to prepare. A minute I've got, if tomorrow I'm speaking to 5,000 people, I don't think I need to prepare too much, but you don't try to do that. Okay, I've done it for last 20 years, so I can do it now. So you don't start doing that. Anne can go and speak to 10,000 people without a hitch. So can Nancy, because this is what we do each and every day. But let me tell you, the first day probably when I stood to speak, my legs would have been shaking. And it's not just a matter of speaking. Your overall development as a person, as a leader comes out when you are ready to say yes in this organization. Imagine when I was just baptism by fire, when I was just asked 2 months into the club and I was asked to do a fundraiser. Had I said, no, sorry, I cannot, I don't think I would have been sitting here. 6 months later, I was asked to become the editor of the club bulletin. I had never ever edited anything in my life. When they said do the fundraiser, I had never ever raised funds for anything in my life. So Rotary gives extraordinary opportunities to ordinary people. I was an ordinary person. It gave me extraordinary opportunity. And I made it a point never to say no ever. In 35 years, I do not remember once saying no to anything that was asked of me. Because by definition, we are volunteers. And what does a volunteer say? Volunteer says, I want to do. And when you're given a job, you said, no, I don't want to do. That's not a volunteer. So take advantage of this situation. Always be proactive. When I tell you, while so many of you are still studying, so many of you are in business or you are in doing a job, let me tell you, there is no better institution than Rotary or Rotaract for man management. No MBA course would have given me the ability to manage people better than what Rotary has given. And you will realize this. But remember always to say yes. Be a good volunteer. Okay, you may not be able to give so much time, but give little time. Try to do it for your own development. Leadership development is by experience. Very little of it you can really read and imbibe. The rest is all by experience. And Rotaract is providing you that platform where you can practice it. So go ahead, do that, your leadership, professional development. Leadership will automatically, you'll have your own professional development. You'll find your speaking ability, your talking ability, your dealing with people, your man management, everything's becoming even better than what it was. So carpe diem, grab the opportunity, don't let it go, okay? And then sprinkle a little, at your age, I would say sprinkle it a little with service. To Anne and Nancy, Nancy sprinkles it a little with fellowship. She does all service, quite as me, quite as what Anne does. So do try to help out other people. I tell you, I joined Rotary when I was just 25 years, probably the age most of you are, or somewhere around that. Service was the last thing on my mind. I joined just to make friends, just for networking. But you know, very soon, suddenly, when I went 50 kilometers away, 3-4 months into the membership, I was taken 50 kilometers away and I was taken to a village in West Bengal 35 years back. When I saw those homes of those people, I realized what misery people live in. We are fortunate that we are members of this organization because we are well off in life. We have some leadership ability. We are established in life. But when we go and when I went and saw those other people, I realized that these people needed so much of my help. So like they say, I cursed my luck for I had no shoes till I met someone who had no feet. So that's exactly how it was. When I went, for me, life was air conditioned. Home air conditioned, car air conditioned, office air conditioned. Life was comfortable, born with a silver spoon. I didn't have any wants in my life that were not fulfilled. But when I went to that village, where for getting into their hut, you have to bend. You could not even stand straight in that hut because it was so low. Thatched roof, mud hut. No water, no sanitation. Children not going to school, no school nearby. Over the years, I realized that I have a responsibility towards those people. Remember, each of you has a responsibility. In a place like where you are living, if you are fortunate to be living in those developed, fully developed countries, countries like US, maybe some parts of Europe, Australia, UK, you still have a responsibility. Half your brotherhood, half your sisterhood across the world is living in conditions not 1/10 as good as yours. And mind you, in India, it's ebony and ivory. On one hand, you'll have skyscrapers. On the other hand, you will have huts. You'll have bastis. And so it's important, even whether you are in India, you're in Africa, as I said, there is somebody who needs your help even more than what you have. So please go out, help those people. So leadership opportunities, opportunities of making friends, networking, opportunities of your own development, and finally the opportunity of thinking of other people before you think of ourselves. Outstanding organization, grab these opportunities. So this year our president says Rotary opens opportunities. Rotaract also opens opportunities. Huge opportunities. It's up to you how much of these opportunities are you ready to grab and make use of. Coming to some mundane things like whether the fees or not. So when this debate was going on, whether the fees should be $10 or $12, that's what the discussion was when I was on the board at that time, some months back. I said $2 or $4 do not make a difference if it is a life-changing experience of your life. Imagine if Rotaract is going to change your life and all these things that I said, the leadership opportunity, the opportunity of helping some other people, opportunity of your own development. Tell me, which institute will you be able to get admission in only for $12, $10, $8? So this is no debate at all. If they ask you $8, be ready to give $10. Give $12 and say we want more rights. Give us more facilities because this world is huge of Rotary, let me tell you. If the facilities are going to come you 4 years later, grab them in 2 years. Ask for it. $5 here or there. What is $5? An ice cream. In a parlor, an ice cream is $5. So is your professional development a life-changing experience only worth an ice cream? So give it a thought. Okay? I don't think it's a debate at all. So this was one thing that Nancy had said she's going to have a question answer session, but I've got a meeting starting in 3 minutes time. So I'll have to rush for that. I would have loved to be here. This was one of the questions she said she would ask me, so I have covered that. Otherwise, for me, this is no debate at all as far as your fees are concerned. Remember, you're looking at, don't miss the woods for the trees. Rotaract is a huge opportunity. Grab it. All the very best. Thank you.
Shekhar, thank you so much for being here, taking the time to be here and speak to these Rotaractors. Folks, I hope you took his words not just in your ears, but placed them in your heart, because I can tell you that this guy, when he speaks, the words go out in the universe, the thoughts go out in the universe, and they come back and they come true. He's a true visionary, a true dreamer of dreams. Thank you so much for being here. This is truly an honor to have you as a guest speaker here for these Rotaractors. Look to leaders like Shekhar. Can you believe you have the president-elect of Rotary International in this conference? Not many people get that opportunity. So make sure that you take that opportunity to heart. Again, thank you so much for taking your time, Shekhar. I know you've got Zoom meetings and personal meetings and everything else on your radar screen, but I really do appreciate you being here. Have enjoyed working with you.
Nowadays, Nancy, I work double shift. From 9 in the morning till 6 in the evening, I work for India, and 6 onwards, I work for America. So that's what my Zoom meetings now are.
Yeah.
4 Zoom meetings back to back with various committee meetings, etc. And after the 4th meeting, and I'm going to give you a call. I tried yesterday also. I need to discuss something with you. So I'll just give you a call.
Okay.
Late in the evening. See you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Alok.
Bye-bye.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much, Shekhar. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye, Rotaractors. Great being with you.
I'm going to introduce the next 2 speakers.
And I had told Nancy that I will listen to you, but suddenly I find that I have a meeting with Elena Kushner just now that has been faked, which was not on my calendar. It starts in 2 minutes now, so I'll need to leave. But I see it's getting recorded. I will listen to it.
Okay, thank you. No problem.
Thank you so much. And let me introduce the next two speakers that will be here, stay with us and answer some questions at the end. We do have questions that came in from the registrars, and we will open the chat box as well. So if you have a question, we'll try to get to those. But let me introduce another very dear friend. I've been very blessed in my life to meet these people that have guided me and mentored me throughout Rotary. The first one is first Rotary International Vice President, a past trustee of the Rotary Foundation, a past director, educator, published author, graduate of the University of South Carolina. Dr. Ann Matthews has held many, many positions in Rotary. I think every committee that ever has been involved, she was on that committee and chaired most of them. Currently, she serves as the chair of the Polio Eradication Advocacy Task Force for the United States and a member of the International Polio Plus Committee. She also chairs the Basic Education and Literacy Major Gift Initiative, a strong passion for the Rotary Foundation, and is a world-renowned speaker. So, Ann, I'm going to turn it over to you. No, turn your speaker on. Unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be able to speak to Rotaractors this morning. I love listening to Shaker. He speaks from the heart, as Nancy said. And a lot of the things he said, I was going to say, but I'm not going to say those now. But it is a pleasure to be with you this morning. I'm so happy that you are members of Rotary International now, that you're full-fledged members. You are our future. There's no question about it. You are the future of Rotary. I welcome you and look forward to working with you. And I hope that you're accepted and welcomed in all of our Rotary clubs across the world. Shaker talked a little bit or referred to service. He referred to how we can make a difference. And to be very candid with you, the reason I am in Rotary is to make a difference. I have traveled extensively. I've been in Rotary now 30 years, and I have now worked in 70 plus countries. So I've been there, I've seen it, I've experienced it. So as I talk and speak for the next few minutes, I want you to know that I have seen what I am sharing with you today. And I want you to think about how you can make a difference. Why are you in Rotary? What do you want down the road, 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now? What will your legacy be? Where will you have made a difference in your community, in some pocket across the world? So I'm for and about making a difference in this world. And I think that's what Shaker's heart and soul are in also. So remember this. We have Rotary International, we have the Rotary Foundation, and I want to address the foundation because as Bill Gates said one time, he said, I give my money to the Rotary Foundation because it has respect, credibility, and integrity. And how did we earn those accolades? The way we earn those is through the service, through the projects, the programs, the things that we do globally throughout the world and in our communities. That's how we make a difference in the world. So as I speak for the next few minutes, I want you to think about this. I have fed the hungry in villages in Thailand, Ghana, South Africa. I've helped dig a water well in the Amazon jungle and also helped build a church. I've visited Ghana 5 times and just finished helping to build a school in the Tang district in Ghana. My heart is with those people and those places where they don't have what I have. I'm very blessed to live in America, to live in South Carolina, and to have the things that I have. But my heart goes to those people who have less than what I have. I want to touch on the focused areas of the foundation. You probably are familiar with these, and I'm going to touch on them very briefly. Poverty, health, water, hunger, polio. let me share with you this morning that 45% of the world's population lives in extreme poverty. Think about that, 45%. 13 million people starve to death every year. 1 billion people go to bed hungry every night. Think about that for a minute. And yesterday I heard something that related to being at home here in America, that 23 million people last week did not have sufficient food to make it through the week. 23 million people here in America. So we have problems in different parts of America also. If we look at healthcare overall, and I've seen so many concerns as I visited, particularly the continent of Africa. 1 billion people have no access or little access to healthcare. Shaker mentioned WHO. They are one of our strategic partners, and they tell us that 2/3 of the little children who die every year could be saved if they only had inexpensive and simple technologies, but they're not there. Again, women, about 600,000 women die because they have a lack of health care. And every 60 seconds, a child goes blind somewhere in the world because there was no medical care. Think with me for just a minute. When we think about poverty, food, and health care, think about your lifestyle. What do you have? This is what good health care means to me. Wholesome food, clean water, access to immunizations, access to prenatal care, access to dental hygiene, access to surgical techniques to correct crooked limbs, cleft palates, and defective hearts. And the list goes on and on and on. When I stop and I think about me, Ann Matthews, you know, if I have a foot problem, I can get to a podiatrist. If I have a heart problem, in most cases, not all, most cases I can get to a cardiologist. And if I have a kidney problem, I can get to a urologist. My point is, about 1 billion people in the world do not have the kind of access that I have and that many of us in Rotary have. Let's look at water for just a minute. Water is essential to human life. And guess what happens? Those of us who have it, we take it for granted. 7 days a week, 24 hours every day, and we should not. Benjamin Franklin, the great inventor, once said something that I like. He said, when the well is dry, we know the worth of water. Well, for a lot of people who live in the world that you and I live in, that well is either very dry or it's very contaminated. Think with me for just a minute. Today or on any given day, half of the people in developing countries are sick because they had to drink contaminated water. More than 600 million people worldwide do not have access to safe, clean water. I've seen this several places, in Ghana in particular, a lot of South Africa, a lot of the countries that I've worked in with Rotary projects. I've seen women and children walk 5 miles to get contaminated water and to bring it back. That's such a sad, sad situation. 40% of the world's population do not have basic sanitation facilities. Shaker mentioned that. And I'm going to get a little bit personal with you. I want you just to think, if I could see all of you, you could raise your hand. How many of you had a shower or a bath last night or today? Think about it. How many of you brushed your teeth today? All of you. And the big question, how many of you, and this is the 4-way test in Rotary, how many of you, as you were brushing your teeth, turned off that water? Turned off that water. We need to do that because water is a precious commodity. It's something we can't produce. It's a non-exchangeable resource, and it is a LOA, a loan from nature. I've been in many countries where I've seen people wash their clothes, bathe, cook their food, and drink from the same contaminated water. And as long as I live, I will never take a glass of good, clean water for granted again. And neither should you. We should value good, clean water. It is a scarcity in a lot of pockets across this world. literacy. Shekhar talked about that just a bit, and what he has done with the Teach program in India is nothing less than phenomenal. I'm so proud of him and what he's been able to do. But I'm an educator by profession. So is Nancy Barbie. We both care deeply about our children, about the future, and what is going to happen in the various countries. 26% of the world's population cannot read, cannot write, cannot sign their name legally, or do simple math. And 2/3 of the world's illiterate are women. UNICEF, another one of our strategic partners, tells us that the mortality rate of children under the age of 5 drops by half when we have mothers who have a basic education. My point is this: we need to be involved in the educational institutions in our communities, in our districts. I ask Rotary clubs every time I go and speak, what are you doing to help the schools in your community? Get involved in them, help them, don't criticize them. Remember this, our children, like our Rotaractors, are the future of Rotary. Our children are the future of the world. And I think we need to do everything we can for them. Let me touch on polio for just a minute. As Shekhar mentioned it, I do serve on the advocacy committee for the United States. I go to Washington and I work with our congressmen and our congresswomen, and I seek financial support to help us eradicate polio in the world. You probably know this, but we started this major program, flagship program for Rotary back in the mid-'80s, and back then we had Rotary in 125 countries, 350,000 cases a year. We're down to 2 countries now, Pakistan and Afghanistan. And we will wipe polio out of those 2 countries. It's just taking more work on our part. But I thought I would share with you the U.S. government, since I work with them mainly. They are the greatest contributor from a public standpoint, greatest contributor to eradicating polio in the world. However, we have 50-some countries who help us and give us financial support to help eradicate polio. It is something that is our major effort in Rotary. Nancy's heavily involved in it. I'm heavily involved in it. I now serve on the IPPC committee, and I hope to do a lot more from that standpoint, not only from the U.S. standpoint, from the international standpoint. So Rotaractors, let me quickly sum up, because I know we have another speaker and we have questions. I could talk for an hour on all of these focus areas of Rotary. But let me say this to you and sum it up. I'm so proud to have you. I really mean that. You have great ideas. You have things that we who've been in Rotary for a long time can't even think about. We welcome you. We cherish you. We want to get you involved in Rotary, and we want you to help us secure Rotary and take us on into the future, a long time after many of us are gone. So I say welcome to you, and I am so happy to have you. Nancy, I think I'll end it there because you need another speaker and more time.
Thank you so much, Ann. You're always such an inspiration and motivator, and she's another one that when she speaks, the words come from the heart and also go out into the universe and they come true. And she has been all over the world, and I've been fortunate to be with her in several of those places and watch her mesmerize people when she speaks. Our next speaker is your own sitting governor, your district governor of 3012, Aarambh Gupta, has a law degree and a master's in computer science. He's the managing director of GTL Adhesive Tapes in India. He's a he was the charter president of his Rotaract club. So he started in Rotaract, and he was also the charter president of his Rotary club in Ghaziabad. Aarambh is the major donor of the Rotary Foundation. Please help me welcome your current sitting district governor, Aarambh Gupta. Thank you. Aarambh.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you very much. And first of all, very good morning to Ann Matthew and Nancy Barbie. And I'm very much thankful to, as you had accepted our request and joined this global convention, and you are presenting here. as Nancy told that I had started my journey as a Rotaractor in 1987. So I took 35 years to from as a Rotaractor to as a district governor. It was a long journey, I can say, because 35 years is a very long time. But because I joined Rotaract in a very early age, so for me it's a less time to be a governor and sitting here. And I had enjoyed a lot as a Rotaractor. And definitely it was a very good journey as a Rotaractor. And when I joined Rotary as a Rotaractor, on the same time I decided that I will be the Rotarian in someday. And dreams comes true, and I am sitting here as a Rotarian also. As Shekhar has already spoke a lot of about the Rotaract and everything. So it's a great opportunity for every Rotaractor. Now Rotaract is a part of the Rotary, and today I just go through with the Rotary.org. So I'm happy to announce that now your club data is also available, access to the district governor. And now I can see all the clubs and everything, all the membership I can see in the Rotary.org. So it's a great change in the Rotary.org, and definitely you all are our strength. And without the Rotaract, Rotarians cannot move forward. And Rotary has taken the decision to be a part of to add Rotaractors into the Rotary. And definitely, as Shekhar ji told that earlier, you were supporting us. But now, as I know, you are our hand, you are our leg, and of course, you are our brain also. Because we need more and more young professionals in the Rotary. If more and more young professionals will add in the Rotary, so definitely Rotary will further move and further live for more than 100 years. And because you people are having a different thought process, that I can definitely I observe it because I am connected with the Rotaract for so many years, and I am regularly in touch with the Rotaract. And as everybody knows, we are a 50% Rotaractors in India. So in India, especially, the Rotaractors are a great strength to Rotary. I just want to share that in past 2 years, our Rotary membership has been decreased. Earlier it was 1.2 million. Now in July 2020, it is 1.17 million. So we are reducing our membership. But if as the Rotaract is will be added with the Rotary, it will give a strength as a membership also. You will give us a strength in the projects also. As our President Holger has given this theme, Rotary Open Opportunity. Holger has given a very meaningful theme, that the Rotary opens opportunity. I think when he has given this theme in the January, he never thinks that the COVID will come in the March, and we all will stuck in our own houses, or we will not in a position to make physical meetings. But I can say for the Rotaractor, it's a blessing, because I know in last from the March onwards, you are inviting more and more Rotary leaders, senior leaders in your meeting. Earlier, the Holger was in your meeting. Now, Shekhar Mehta, Nancy, and Matthew is in your meeting. So it's a great opportunity for all of us, because their experience and their thought will always support us to do more and more Rotaract projects, to do more and more service projects, to do more and more joint projects with the Rotary. Because now the time has come to work together with the Rotary. As Shekhar told us that we want you as our partner, so we want you to work in a Rotary project also. And Matthew told us to save the water, and definitely as Varda had started a new project to save the water from the RO system, because we are wasting a lot of water in the RO system, and she's coming up with a project on a complete district basis. So it will be a great initiative to save water. And your Rotaractors are a great thought process. And if we both will gel with each other, so definitely it will be a great resource for all of us. And thank you, Nancy and Matthew. You have accepted our request, and you have motivated our Rotaractors, and your motivation will give a big energy in our Rotaractors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, District Governor. So nice to hear from you, and I know you're going to do great things even in these unprecedented times of COVID-19. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to introduce the next three speakers all at one time. Their bios are as long as my arm. They've been they're young. They've been in Rotaract. Some of them are dual members of Rotary and Rotaract at the same time. So we're expecting these three to be extremely active for the rest of their lives in Rotary, and we're going to see more from them. The first speaker will be Alexandra Ritchie. She is from Virginia, north in the United States. She joined Rotaract at her university. She was in Interact. She was a Rotaractor. She's now a dual member of Rotary and Rotaract at the same time. She graduated in 2018 from the Virginia Commonwealth University. Her goal is to be a physician where she can serve more people. But one of the interesting things that I found about her, and very at such a young age, she was the founder and CEO of a medical device startup business in Richmond, Virginia called DuraSafe. And they work with, she actually invented or developed a epidural process for future moms. So thank you so much, Alex. And let me introduce the other two, and then one can go right into the other one. The next speaker right after Alex would be DRR Vardana Sadana, and she was introduced into the Rotary family in 2011, when she also became an interactor. She has completed her degree in commerce and a postgraduate degree in economics from Delhi. She joined Rotaract in 2015 and served as a president straight away. So she was on the fast track, immediately got on the fast track, and has been on the fast track ever since. She's been a zone Rotaract representative, and she's now currently serving as DRR, as well as studying to get her doctorate in finance and working as an assistant professor in commerce. And the final speaker for the Rotaract team is Tasmeen Idgul. She's a DRR for 3250, which is actually my home district that I call when I'm in India. That's my home district. She was also born in Jamshedpur, very dear friends in Jamshedpur. She has a degree in information technology and a senior diploma in fine art. She's been running her own art institute for 2 years and working on public relations officer for an educational institution. She serves as a consultant for a Swedish company, Oriflame. So let me turn it over to Alex. Alex, you're on, and let's hear your words of wisdom and your experience about Rotaract. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Nancy. And thank you guys so much. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to join you all today, this incredible conference amongst incredible leaders. So as Nancy so kindly mentioned, my name is Alex Ritchie. I am based out of Richmond, Virginia. I am a dual member of both Rotary and Rotaract. I did not have the most conventional journey in Rotary though, which I would like to share with you all today. So I began my journey in Interact, but it was completely accidental. I have not had any family members in Rotary. I had truthfully never even seen the Rotary wheel. So everything was very new to me. And I remember in my high school walking into my first Interact meeting and just kind of being blown away by the projects they were talking about. And it was really from that moment on that I was sort of hooked on Rotary, and Rotary became such an integral part of who I am as a young person. So it was really that aspect of being able to do sustainable projects. So what I mean by that is it seemed like Rotary was very different from other service opportunities that I had had the chance to be a part of as a high school student. It felt like a chance to be permanently a part of my community, to have the opportunity to touch lives and build relationships with people long term over a long period of time, as opposed to just quick one-time fixes. And it really felt like through that sustainable opportunity, I could make a real impact. So I was hooked from that very first Interact meeting. And one of the things that was sort of happening simultaneously in my personal life really emphasized the value of Rotary. So right around the same time that I found Interact and fell in love with the Rotary magic, my family decided that I was old enough and I'd reached that age of maturity to be able to know something kind of tough about my family. So my oldest brother, Oliver, he died when he was just a baby of a chromosome dysfunction called trisomy 13. So I never had the privilege of meeting him, but it was a very, difficult hardship for my family. And I remember when they told me way back when, what seems like a lifetime ago now, when I was a high school student, I felt obviously very sad, but I also felt something I had never felt before, this sense of purpose and this desire to do something about it. And while there was nothing that I could do specifically for Oliver, I felt like I wanted to give other families in a similar situation a chance to have possibility, to have hope, and to see that there could be a different outcome than what my parents had went through. So hence I started on my quest to be involved in the medical field. And what I always said to myself is, oh, one day in the distant future, when I have that chance to be a physician, I'll get to make that impact. I'll get to make that change. And Rotary showed me that there's a different path, that I can make a change right now as a young person in my early 20s through Rotaract and through a strong partnership with Rotary. I can bring that sense of possibility that I've always wanted to bring families like mine. So needless to say, Rotaract and Rotary have completely shaped every aspect of my life. Professionally, my background is biomedical engineering, and as Nancy mentioned, I had the opportunity to co-found a startup company around epidurals for women about to give birth. And it was really the values of Rotary and Rotaract, which are rooted in being creative and being innovative and pushing the bounds of what we do normally to be able to drive lasting change, that allowed me to do that, and that allowed me to make the professional, the personal, and the service decisions that I've made. So as Nancy also mentioned, I am a dual member, so I have been an active Rotarian for the last 4 years. And I think that has presented a really unique opportunity to build a bridge and sort of facilitate open dialogue between Rotaractors and Rotarians about how we can better see each other for the value that we bring to the Rotary journey and how we can best work together to be effective servers of our community. So in addition, Rotary has, like all of our speakers have mentioned, opened so many doors for me that I would not have had otherwise. I had the pretty incredible opportunity to serve as the co-chair of the Rotary International Committee for Rotaract and Interact, working with and building relationships and partnerships with Rotaractors and Rotarians all across the world, with the goal being to support a strong and healthy partnership between Rotaract and Rotary now and for years to come. In addition, I really have found my second family with many of you on the call here today and many people here and all around the world. I found a family and a network of people that I don't know that I would have found otherwise. So I wanted to leave you all before I turn it to our next speaker with a quote from Paul Harris. It's one of my favorites, and I think it really embodies everything that I hope you have the chance to experience through Rotaract and through Rotary. So that quote from Paul Harris is, "The foundation upon which Rotary is built is friendship. On no less firm ground could it have stood." Just encourage you to keep that in mind and approach every service project, every fellowship event, every leadership opportunity and new opportunity that comes your way with an open mind and looking to get to know those around you and elevate them just as we as Rotaractors have been elevated so that together we can do more. Thank you, Nancy. I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Alex. It's been a pleasure for me to get to know and work with Alex in several capacities this past couple of years. And I look forward to working with these next two young women as well in the future. And just think about this. These are young women, just saying. Vardana, let me turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, PDG Nancy ma'am. And first of all, I would like to start by congratulating Rotaract Club of Noida Youth for pulling up this conference and all those who have been supporting it. I would just like to say that when I started my Rotaract journey back in 2015, my only motive was to contribute to society in any way I can. But I never thought that Rotaract would actually change my life and me as a person just in a span of few years. the various opportunities, the learnings, the exposure, the challenges that have been thrown on my way have made me what I am today. And when I look back, I realize that Rotaract has contributed to my personal development, my social development. It has made me a more frank and approachable person, and obviously professional development. That's something which we cannot just leave out. Um, at the end, I would just like to say that whatever Shekhar Mehta said today was 10% true. I myself was not a born leader, but Rotaract turned me into one. I honestly, I have been fortunate to have had some of the most encouraging colleagues with me that have had my back, and they have brought me back on the right path whenever I got diverged. And my Rotaract journey has been an amazing one. There have been some downs, but there have been more of ups that were really, really important to teach me some lifelong lessons. So I myself am a teacher, so I realize what is the importance of those lessons. And yes, I am super proud to be a part of this organization. That's it. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Donna, thank you so much. Such words of encouragement, fellow educator, and so you realize what the importance means to pass that on to the children. So I'm going to turn it over now to Tasmeen. Carry on.
Thank you so much, PDG Nancy ma'am, for giving me the opportunity here. So first of all, I would like to congratulate the entire team of Aarambh for making this event successful. And yes, a warm wishes to the all the Rotary and Rotaract fraternity present out here. So as rightly said by our RI President Mark Melanie of 2019-20, that Rotary connects us to our communities, to professional opportunities, and to people who need our help in this ever more divided world. Rotary connects us all. So this is very truly said, and this is rightly described and even felt by all of the Rotaractors and Rotarians as well, because what I truly believe Rotaract, and I collaborative of Rotaract and Rotary of my parent Rotary only. So there was nothing as such. It started with that what it is about, because once you get into it, you started learning step by step, and as we see a seed growing into a little tiny plant, and a then big one, and entirely finally a tree. So it is I believe that seed is an interact, the baby plant is like a growing Rotaractor, and then the final tree is the Rotarian itself. So this is what my description of interact, Rotaract and Rotary journey is. So I truly believe that yes, it engrows oneself from the moment of coming on and speaking in front of the people, to handling and managing the people, because this is something you can speak it once in front of the people, but when it comes to managing people, dealing with them, and doing things with them, so it might turn difficult at times, and this is what Rotaract Rotary provides us. So whenever it comes about, and many a times people ask me, why Rotaract and Rotary, why not some other thing you are into it, why, what is the reason behind being it? So I just could say about this is that Rotary and Rotaract, it is something that if one gets into it, it provides oneself millions of opportunities to showcase themselves and to learn, and to learn more and more. That's what I could say about it. So and also to represent what one is having beneath them. So it is it's a box full of opportunities, and it is a responsibility to grasp it. So this is all about Rotary and Rotaract, and my journey, I feel it is just a wonderful one, though there are ups and downs, as because we when we are living into life, so it is very obvious that when we until and unless we don't see the dark, so we don't feel the that and then the aura of the morning. So it is very necessary to see dark to feel the morning. So there is definitely those ups and downs, and but the very best part of it is that yes, we are into it, working onto it, and every another day, we are just growing ourselves. So just best wishes to all the Rotaract and Rotary fraternity to grow more. I just would like to end up my conversation with, let us live Rotary's new vision statement. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change. And in ourselves, we want to last. We want to make the world a better place. Not just here, not just for us, but everywhere for everyone, for generations, as it's being said in the Rotaract song, that together we grow, building more. So definitely we will grow together, build more, and recreate more. So thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much. Over to you, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Tasmin. I hope you see why I enjoy working with these young women and young men. They are such motivators and they inspire me to do more. And in my mind, I'm the same age. I know I'm not, but in my head, I'm the same age, and you make me feel young. So thank you so much, all three of you. Thank you so much for being here. There were some questions. The organizing committee sent out a survey to all the people who registered, and there were some questions that came about. And so these questions were sent to the panelists ahead of time. There may be some questions in the chat box too that we'll try to get to as many as we can. But let me start with Anne. I'm going to start with you. This one was directed toward you, and I think Shaker touched on it a little bit, but you can add to it. What would be your best advice for Rotarians to support the Elevate Rotaract movement? What would you tell Rotarians to support that movement?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I think the first thing is we need to be accepting of Rotaractors. I really do, because I think we have some clubs that are entrenched in what they've done all these years. They like the way they run their Rotary clubs and so forth. And I just think there might have to be, and I'm trying to be careful with my words and qualify this, that there might have to be an attitudinal change in some situations throughout the Rotary world. We need to be accepting of them. We need to bring them in, include them, get ideas from them. These young people have all kinds of ideas, particularly dealing with service. We can ask their opinions, and I want them to be treated as equals. I heard Shaker say, you know, they're not a program, they're a member now, and they are. So they have equality when it comes to the Rotary Club. So I think the first thing is to make sure that we have people in our Rotary clubs, leaders who will accept them, involve them, put them on various committees. Anytime they're in a Rotary club, they need to be involved in a committee or more than one committee, and just glean, soak up their ideas and so forth. A lot of them are so enthusiastic and they can bring so much to the table. So I think an attitudinal change probably will be needed in some Rotary clubs. And others, they'll bring them in, glad to have them, and maybe overwork them too. So we'll have to watch that we don't overwork them. But it's just an honor to have Rotaractors in our clubs.
Absolutely. Thank you, Anna. I totally agree with you. Are there any, District Governor, would you like to add anything, or the Rotaractors, would you like to add anything to Anne's comments? I'll give you about 2 seconds to think about it. If not, I'm going to move right along. We've got a lot of questions here. All right, let me ask a question to a Rotaractor. And this was something I was very interested in. I didn't realize that this had happened. What is the Elevate Rotaract Task Force? Why was it formed, and what is it doing now? And I know Alex Ritchie has been involved in that just a little bit. So Alex, and then the other ladies, if you have some comments, please feel free to join in. Alex, what is that?
Absolutely. So, you know, one of the things that I have found to be most unique about this entire Elevate Rotaract movement is that it is really being designed, implemented, you know, and promoted by Rotaractors and Rotarians together. So this really started with this concept of the Elevate Rotaract Task Force, which is comprised of Rotarians and Rotaractors from all across the Rotary world, working together to figure out what will this decision to elevate Rotaractors from being a program of Rotary to a partner, as we've heard this morning, what will that look like, and how will that impact the day-to-day operations of a Rotary district, of a Rotaract club, and you know, how will these two parties work together effectively given these new decisions? So the Elevate Rotaract Task Force really exists to survey and gather feedback from Rotaractors and Rotarians from all walks of life and all journeys within Rotary, and they take that feedback and they make recommendations to the Rotary International Board of Directors based on that feedback to ensure that the decisions that are coming down and being approved to be implemented here at home and in your home are relevant and reflective of the experience that Rotarians and Rotaractors are looking to have together. So the Elevate Rotaract Task Force, in short, really exists in order to make sure that we have concrete ways to implement the Elevate Rotaract movement at home. This includes everything from the recent age cap removal, a dues structure recommendation, and as well as how Rotaractors will be engaged in the Rotary Foundation. So they have many resources that have been put out online that I would encourage you to take a look at to help better understand how you can be a part of the movement at home. But that is the overarching purpose of the task force. Thank you, Nancy.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That gives more understanding, and I'm so glad that this has happened and that there could, I think the task force is continuing to work maybe too. Tasneem and Vardana, any other comments about the task force, or what do you think they should be looking at next, or any comments, Tasneem?
No, ma'am, I think we should proceed with the next question.
All right, okay. Next question is going to be for the Rotaractors, and I'm going to ask all of you to chime in on this one. There are many other NGOs and other organizations for young adults. Why did you choose Rotaract over another organization? Why Rotaract? Any one of you can begin.
All right, so shall I?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you so much. I believe that Rotaract is a multifaceted organization. It's a multifaceted platform for us as compared to other volunteer programs and other types of NGOs that we have. And again, no offense, but the area of focus of other programs is more or less restricted and narrowed. So they work in one particular area and they put in the entire thing in that particular area. On the other hand, Rotaract gives you the freedom as well as the opportunity to contribute to diverse avenues. If you want to serve the society through innovative ways, if you want to raise some issues that nobody ever thought of, Rotaract is the place to be. Or if you wish to give a push to your career, whether in terms of higher education or job grooming or networking for your business, again, Rotaract is the place to be. Or if you wish to experience the rich culture of other states, countries, if you wish to have a connection to rely on when you visit somewhere, you just have to sit back and you have to let the Rotary magic work for you. And if you don't want any of these, you just want to have some fellowship, some fun in your life, again, travel, socialize, Rotaract welcomes you with open arms. I think that is what differentiates Rotaract as a platform, as an organization from other types of NGOs that we have.
Great answer. That's a great answer. Thank you so much. Any other comments, Tasneem? You have any comments?
I just wanted to include one thing, ma'am, that what Rotary and Rotaract is having, apart from the other NGOs, it is just, as all the points has been already mentioned by Vada, the one more thing that is we have as a part of Rotary and Rotaract is we have a brand, and we can say a huge part of our fellowship programs, because other NGOs, they do the service projects, but what I believe that yes, we can serve the society one and only when we are connected amongst ourselves only, and that's what Rotary provides. That connects us with the main motto and the basic propaganda of fellowship. So that helps us a lot. So it is collaborative. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. I heard the word networking, which is very important. I heard the word service. I heard the word broad spectrum. And all of you are right. No matter what we dream to do, you can find a place in Rotary for that. So thank you so much. Ann Matthews is also very busy Rotarian, and she has another meeting after this, and she's going to have to dismiss. But I did ask her if she could just give one word of advice to all of us, and especially the Rotaractors. Ann, what would your one word of advice be? Unmute, Ann. Unmute.
My one word of advice would be service. I firmly believe that we're in Rotary, as I said earlier, to make a difference. I think that's why we're put here, is to make a difference. And remember this, I talked a little bit about hunger and water and things of that sort. One other statistic I didn't share that I wanted to share with you is that within 2 miles of where every person lives, there's food insecurity. So look around where you are. Make sure that nobody around you is hungry. That's my passion, is to feed the hungry. And also, I'd leave you one other word of advice. Make a difference every day. Do something little for somebody. You don't need recognition. I don't do anything for recognition. But buy somebody a meal, buy a bottle of water, whatever it is, anything that you can do to make a difference in somebody else's life. So that night when you go in to take a shower or a bath or whatever and go to bed, look in that mirror and know that you've done something to help somebody that day. And I really believe this is the heart and soul of Rotary. I really do. Service above self. So I'd leave you with that, young people. Go out there and make a difference. I wish you well. I'm sorry I do have another meeting and I need to go, but I've enjoyed being with you.
And thank you so much for taking the time to join this conference. I know these organizing committee. Pearl from Africa is waving at you, Ann.
I love her. I love Pearl. I love Pearl.
She's got her in polio now.
Good to see you, and thanks a million, Nancy. God bless you.
I love Pearl.
Pearl, don't go anywhere. I think our
I'm not going. I'm here. I'm here.
Ann
Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for being here. And I think our district governor may have dropped off as well. I don't know if he had some problems or not, but I'm going to ask some of the Rotarians that are online here. I know we do have some Rotarians. So I'm going to ask the Rotarians to chime in and let us know, what do you think? What is the future of Rotaract, and what can we do to support? What do we do to support Rotaract more and let them know more about Rotary? What can we do? Any Rotarian that's there? Pearl and Nishal are here. Nishal, you want to start, and then Pearl, I'll let you chime in.
Yes, so PDG Nancy, our Rotaractors are very well informed and they are very smart. You asked why you love to be in Rotaract. So they had very good answers to you. But let me tell you, I joined Rotaract because I used to have good meals in the Rotary meetings. So I thought it is a good option to be in Rotaract. So I was there and I was telling them that things have changed and Rotary has to involve them with service projects, and maybe we can now, they are partners to us. So good to have them on our Rotary boards as some position holders, and maybe from district team also, as we heard from our RI directors and trustees that now they can be on district boards as well. So I think that will give them more attachment towards Rotary and Rotary activities to be a part of it. Thank you.
Fully agree, Nishal. Fully agree. We've elevated Rotaract. We've said they're partners. We firmly believe that. So now let's put them in places of responsibility and places that they can really truly make a difference. Pearl, did you want to add anything?
Nancy, thanks a million. Thanks a million. For me, it's really been very rewarding since 2 days ago, having joined us. For me, the future of Rotaract is very, very bright. In the past couple of years, from the Rotary International leadership, they've tried to actually elevate Rotaract. Indeed, in my speech 2 days ago, I said they've even elevated Rotaract above Rotary. So there is no opportunities that Rotarians have that Rotaractors do not have as it is. Opportunities to serve, opportunities to give, opportunities to shine, opportunities to make a difference, opportunities to create opportunities and use the opportunity to reach society. Indeed, when Kamal spoke to them yesterday, he gave an analogy of the animals in the forest, and did say one is the wisest, one is the largest, one is the fastest, one is this, that, but the lion still remains the king of the jungle. And he said that the reason why the lion remains the king of the jungle is because it is courageous. So for Rotaractors, all I'll say is be courageous. Do whatever you know that would make you make a difference. Be courageous in service. Be courageous in giving. Be courageous in grabbing those opportunities. Indeed, Rotary is looking up to Rotaract for more innovation, for more creativity, for more inspiration. So here we are. We are looking up to you, Rotaractors, and that is why I'm spending all this time to be in this conference, because I've learned so much. Even as a Rotarian for over 20 years, I've learned so much. So we're at par. We have equal opportunities. Let's grab it. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Pearl. And you're absolutely right. I've learned a lot too, because the organizing committee under the leadership of Karan Kumar came up with great speakers. They had, and this was, you know, all of this was their idea, their brainchild. And so we see the power of what Rotaractors can do. So it's just been outstanding. Rotaractors, all Rotaractors, unmute yourselves and tell us what's something that you wish Rotarians knew about Rotaract and about how you can be leaders. What do you wish that we knew that we maybe don't understand and we've overlooked?
Nancy, is it okay if I start?
Absolutely.
All right. So I was really excited about this question, so I just wanted to chime in really quickly, and then I will turn the floor over. You know, I think all Rotaractors and Rotarians, it would really benefit us to understand that Rotaract, yes, we are the future, but we're also the present, working together in partnership with Rotary. So I just encourage both sides of the partnership. Don't be afraid to utilize one another and really take a chance on working with one another. Rotaractors, we are ready to have a seat at the table and work alongside Rotarians. So Rotarians, I just challenge you and encourage you to really engage with Rotaractors on an equal level, as we've talked about here this morning, and utilize their skill sets, and don't be afraid to try something new in partnership with them. I think you'll be surprised what Rotarians and Rotaractors can do to enhance the mission of Rotary. Together we can do more than we can individually. Thank you, Nancy.
Absolutely. And you're right. I love the word. I love what you said about you're the present. You are here now. You're here. It's there now. You're not just a future. And it is a joy to work with all of you. I'm telling you, I had an event going on, and I immediately saw all the beautiful graphics and websites and everything that Rotaractors could do. And Rotarians can do the same thing. We love mentoring, or I do. I love mentoring and helping out. But you guys really give us a lot to think about, and a lot of input and a lot of encouragement as well. So that's great. Anyone else? Any other Rotaractor have another thought about what can we do? What do you wish we knew that we don't maybe know or we overlook? Any other thoughts?
President Rika.
Oh, I think Vardana had one
Yes.
something to say, and then,
Yeah,
then
so
we'll come back
I
to it.
just wanted to say that I totally agree with Alex, and a lot of us Rotaractors are usually at the starting stage of our career, or we are at the most important stage of our career, which may result in some shortage of time or resources for us. But everyone can be assured that we are never short of ideas, we are never short of zeal, we are never short of enthusiasm to work, to do good, to partner with Rotarians, and to initiate some new actions which can benefit people around us.
Yes, absolutely. Well said. Well said. Nishal, you had someone that wanted to say something?
President Rika is there from Philippines, 3800. So
okay.
Rika, would you like to add something to it? You can unmute yourself.
Hello, good day to everyone.
Hello.
Okay, so being in Rotary for me was a very big opportunity because with this I learned a lot of lessons here. I also find myself grow because I am also helping others without any exchange, and with this I start as an interactor and I found myself enjoying it with my fellow interactors. When I reach my college years, I I am really happy to become a Rotaractors, and now in our club I am declared as the president. I am willing to give all my heart with this one to to um to serve other people in this term. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you for being here. I see a hand raised in the chat box. Immediate past president, Gianna. I'm not sure if they're still here. And is our district governor, sitting governor, still on the line? Current governor, I think he had a call and he had to rush off. I don't see him on the line. I was going to give him some closing remarks. Anyone else have?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's about the question a while ago about how we will connect with the Rotarians, Rotaractors, yeah, how to help them. For me, when last year, as a champion president last year, I really like work with the Rotaractors. They're always with me every project I have done, and they are so happy to work with them. They never say no with you. They always want to go, and they're really so energetic. And I see there are very talented children that in the future I always telling them, you will be in the future a Rotarians like me, because you help people, and this is the start as a Rotaractors. Then you come becoming a Rotarians. We are like the same mission, vision, that we want to help others. Yeah, that's it.
That's well said. Extremely true that we're all in this for service. Very well said. Thank you so much. You know something, I'm going to stop right here because we could go on probably for hours and days, and I don't think this conversation should end. Maybe we can come back on another platform again and open up this conversation and invite even more Rotaractors and Rotarians from around the world. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We over 30 minutes. We've been here for an hour and a half, which is phenomenal. I see there's so many on my watch party on Facebook. So this has been live on Facebook, and all of these sessions are being recorded. So you'll be able to see this. Let's not stop this conversation with this conference. Again, thank you for allowing me to be your moderator. It's been my pleasure. And I'm so proud of this organizing committee and this Rotaract Club of Noida Youth for all the hard work. The whole team has done an outstanding job. Enjoyed working with the Rotaractors, from the guest speakers and the Rotarians. I'm going to turn it over to a dear friend of mine, Dr. Nishad Pandey, for a vote of thanks.
Thank you, PDG Nancy. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So, thank you, PDG Nancy Barbie. Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Mabuhe, and any greetings which we can think of today, we can always extend, because we are seeing a lot of Rotary friends, Rotaractors from different part of globe. And I'm very happy to see a lot of good friends from Pakistan. They are there. Sadly, we had shortage of time, so we could not hear them. Then we have current president from Philippines. She's there from Rotary Club of Metro Pasig, Jing, and her team members are there. Past President Carlos, then TRF chair is there. So I would like to welcome you all to the meeting. And I think our president, RI President-elect Shekhar Mehta sir, DG sir, and our first female RI Vice President, Ann Matthews, they had to leave. So I will start with our RRFC Zone 33 PDG Nancy Barbie, Galaxy of Rotary Leaders, President Shagina, PP Carlos, IPP Jana, TRF Chair Frosty, Rotaract President Rika, District Rotaract representatives we have from 3250, then 7600, then of course our own 3012, Rotaractors and guests. I must thank organizing team for putting me on test, because for this vote of thanks, because for doctors it is very hard to speak in among the galaxy of speakers. I never consider myself as a good speaker, but it's an opportunity, so I will take this. And you all Rotaractors are very fortunate that you had galaxy of great speakers who inspire you deeply, and we are fortunate to have some of the best speakers in Rotary as Rotary leaders for this concluding session, including our RI President-elect, our very own first female RI Vice President, Ann Matthews. Then in the sessions we had trustees, RI directors, and so on. I mean, you name the speakers and they are known for their speaking skills and they are big motivators. Once President Roosevelt from US said that we cannot always build our future, but we can always build our youth for our future. So that shows importance of Rotaractors in the family of Rotary. I must accept that it was a great journey from 28 July till now. We had amazing speakers who inspired us to be the leaders in our own capacity by taking up the challenges and being fearless irrespective of our drawbacks. We need to come out of them. And great learning for all of us during this conference by listening to versatile speakers. And let me tell you, this will help Rotaractors and personally to me as well to identify our potentials and come up as tall pillars to community with their fresh vision and enthusiasm. You all must be clear that you are no less than a Rotarian and world of service is open to you all. But always remember, privileges come with responsibilities. And you need to be responsible in your deeds towards others. Remember, he profits most who serves better. Your focus to generate funds for the cause of polio eradication is amazing, and it will strengthen Rotary's fight against this crippling disease. Let me share that Rotaractors have planned for this conference to reach 10,000 Indian rupees, which is approximately 134 US dollar. And they have already crossed the half limit. So I will request the guests to donate. They can donate directly also through rotary.org, or they can go to the websites which these Rotaractors have created and you can make your donation. And remember, Bill Gates Foundation will match it by 2. So contribution will be handsome. Also to mention that we have big hopes on you all to take the Rotary into next decades with more values and meanings to Rotary. When we say high hopes, please note that you all should look down to interactors as well and learn from them and their good works as well. There should be no hesitation in taking good things from youngsters or even someone who is not of your capabilities. We have to learn every day, and Rotary is one such platform. We learn to serve every day to increase our capacity. My sincere thanks to all great speakers, especially today's speaker, Rotary International President-elect Shekhar Mehta sir, past RI Vice President, Rotarian Ann Matthews, and others who inspired us during the sessions. My sincere thanks to organizing team for working hard and come up with a world-level conference successfully. Amazing work by team, and they can be great resource now when our Rotary district plans our district events or conferences. A special mention to PDG Nancy. She is our very own We bother her so much every time and she comes with a solution. She was instrumental in conceptualizing this event and helping us out to make arrangements and finally put everything in place to make it a great success. Our DG Rotarian Alok Gupta had his blessings and support always to ensure everything is in order. Past President Surendra Mishra was helpful as always. To end, let me assure you that this is beginning for us, and as soon as you will hear positive outcomes in forms of action projects to benefit communities in different parts of world, as promised. I will take one corrective surgery to announce today of an needy child to mark the success of this conference, and it will be remembered always, this success of this conference, in the smile of those children, those families and the children. And also I would like to share a Paul Harris Fellow PHF to Rotaract Club of Noida Youth President Vartika on my behalf. So I will be taking it up with Rotary South Asia office, and I hope soon it will be processed and it will reach to you to mark your hard work for this good conference. Thank you all, and thank you for being part of us. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for that, sir. This is genuinely a surprise, and I don't know what to react to this right now.
No, you deserve that. You're all team, in fact, but I don't have so many points right now, so we'll start with that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And it's actually because of you and Nancy ma'am, your guidance throughout, that we were able to pull up all of this, and the team that I worked with. You know, it's even if I get that, it would be dedicated to my team, because they are the ones who've been instrumental in putting up this conference to this level.
Well done. And President Regina, we missed you actually. We could not see your picture, but we mentioned your name, and we thank you for your presence today on a very short notice. And we are doing a global grant with your club, so hopefully we'll be in touch. Would you like to?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Nishal. We appreciate the invitation, and we had a very good time actually listening to the messages of the speakers. It was a great opportunity to hear from them. I have a lot of takeaways. Thank you so much, and we really look forward to the opportunity to work with you in that global grant that we have just been awarded.
Perfect. And we will involve DRR 3 from 3870 as well, Joy.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Jovi. We missed hearing you actually.
On behalf of District 3870, we would like to say thank you so much. Personally, I would like to say thank you so much for inviting me to join on this conference, and congratulations to the organizers, to the District 3012, and thank you so much for our very inspiring speakers. Once again, good night.
And we have Rotaractor Jemmy is also there.
Hi, in behalf of the District 3800, we are very blessed to earn knowledge of this event, and congratulations to all the people who created this event. Thank you very much.
Rotarian Kaze Feda, thank you so much, sir, to have with us. Rotarian Carlos, I must thank you for taking time out.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pane Doctor. Thank you very much.
We keep seeing your pictures through IPP Jena.
Doc Carly Lamos.
So I will now hand it over to PDG Nancy if we would like to open the floor for some fellowship, and then we can declare this conference closed by you.
Thank you very much, Nishal, Dr. Nishal.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Nisha. Thanks to all of you for being here with us. And this is very exciting. This is a first of many events like this to come. And this is just so encouraging. Let's join globally more and more to do partnerships and to do service. I mean, that's what we're all here for. So let's join in and make sure that we continue this conversation. You know, President Vartika has done an outstanding job. I met her in Delhi this year. I guess it was this year, first part of this year, and I immediately connected with her. She had something in her hand that I was extremely excited to see, and the projects that they have done in that for this club have been just innovative and outstanding. And she gave me a pencil, and inside that pencil were seeds, and all I had to do was plant the pencil, and the seeds took root. So that was very fascinating. I thought it was a great way. So you know that our newest area of focus is the environment, and I think that was spurred actually from Rotaract and the young adults in Rotary, because all of you, as we are, but I think more so, are very involved and very wanting to make sure that our environment is taken care of. So I think it's because of you that this area of focus has come about. So there'll be a little while before we know all the parameters of that area of focus, but we can start now. We can all plant a tree, and we can all take a pencil and put it in the ground.
It's really heartening to know that you remember that little gesture of mine, and it's really special, ma'am. Thank you for the mention.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the guy that stays down behind me all the time, the organizer of this event, the chairman of this event, Karan Kumar, I mean, you must say something. He stays down behind me to keep me on track and make sure that I remember to come at a certain time. So, Karan.
Thank you, Nancy ma'am and Nishal sir. I'm just short of words at this moment, and thank you, Nishal sir, for extending that PHF to one of our club members, our president. It's a great gesture from your side, sir. We do appreciate it a lot, and I would just put it on record that whatever was possible, it has been possible because of PDG Nancy Barbie and Rotarian Nishal Pandey sir. Without your support, sir and ma'am, this event would just, we just couldn't pull up this event without your support and your encouragement all the time. So thank you so much, sir. And that is all that I could say at this point of time. I'm just getting emotional when this event is just ending. Thank you so much.
Rotarian Humera is there from Pakistan. Can we hear you? Rotarian Humera Kazi.
Yes, hear me.
Great.
I see her, yeah.
Thank you, everyone. And PDG and PDG Nancy Barbie is a successful and well said, not a meeting, just look like a conference. Well done, marvelous. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for being us. Rotarian Kazi Fida, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much, Dr. Nishan Pale, Kumar Kiran. Very, very, very thankful to you for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Then we have another friends from Pakistan. Would you like to say a few words? Ayazuddin, Rotarian Kazi Ayazuddin.
Kazi Ayazuddin.
Yes.
Really, this is a very wonderful and it's a very learning session. No matter where Rotarian, but really we have learned a lot. And because for us, we learned today from our Rotaractors how to conduct, the main thing is learn from Rotaractors. It's very achievement for us. Big hand for Rotaractors.
Thank you so much. And one request, kindly share your emails in the chat box so that we can share the certificates of acknowledgement for all of you being here.
Sure, you can.
So
Sure.
don't forget, please.
Okay, Nicole. Sure.
Karan, can you ensure that we save all the emails?
I already
Just a second, sir. So I'll just
I
want to put
already
in.
shared, but I will again share you.
So just a second, because once we end this meeting, so all chats would go. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just put our club ID on the chat box. So all those of you who are a part of this conference can just email us with
Yes.
your name and district, and we'll just try to dispatch all the certificates as
With your
soon as
correct
possible.
names, please.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Just that, I think that's wonderful. I'm going to give everybody a chance to capture that email address for the club. Before we close out, and we will close out in just a few minutes, remember that all of these sessions have been recorded. They will be posted on the Rotary Club of Noida Youth website and YouTube channel. So you're welcome to use those for club meetings and for other events that you may be having. Nishal, thank you so much for getting me involved in this club. He was instrumental, and I never knew this club until I came to India, and last year, or this, I guess the first part of this year, and he had these people there, this Rotaract club, along with so many others. So he's a great connector. He will connect you with, he knows everybody in the world, I think. I think he knows every person on the face of the earth. So he can connect you with anybody. If you need some information from somewhere else, he can get you in touch with that. So he's a great connector. And again, thank you so much. If everybody's caught the email address of the club, if not, they're on Facebook. They have a website. They're on every social media outlet, I think, on everywhere. And of course, all of you know Nishal, so you can certainly call him and find out what you need to find out. Let me leave you with this final thought. You know, Albert Einstein said, everything exists in your life. It does so because of two things: something you did or something you didn't do. Rotarians and Rotaractors are doers. So thank you so much again for being here. Great job, everyone. Let's give a round of applause as we close this meeting. So thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you, Nishka. Thank you, Nancy. I love you all.
Thank you, PDG Aizoma, dear sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, President Ji.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, President Rika.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, President.
Hope to see you, Dr. Nishal, after COVID.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure. Thank you, sir. But we'll start the project first.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much. I'm sure a lot of people, children will be benefited.
Yes, I was little stuck up, but now I will be active.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again.
And I have to visit the Philippines for sure.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, you too. PDG, and you should visit us.
Good friends of mine, Doug Vincent from Canada, and his wife Grace. Grace is from Philippines, so
Great.
we've talked about coming there many times. So that'd be great.
Yeah. See you soon.
See, this is the power of Rotary. Rotary connects truly.
Yeah.
We have never been to Philippines, but we are doing a global grant.
Remember, Rotaractors, that you will be allowed to be partners on a global grant or a host on a global grant beginning July 1, 2022. And now you can also, if your district allows, you can access Rotary funds for district grants. So
That's great.
take advantage. Partner with your Rotarians.
That would be great.
Okay, I'm going to take your leave. I have another call coming in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to take your leave and get me a cup of tea, and then I'll see you all another time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, PDG Nancy. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, PDG Nancy.
So much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
So hope we stay in touch and we do some good work through Rotary and Rotaract.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So thank you again, and
Good night.
let's
Good night. Welcome.
disperse. It must be late in Philippines now.
It's 10 p.m.
Okay. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Stay
you.
safe, everyone.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
And please do email us the details.
Send them the email.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.